gave you both instructions in the dressing room. I just want to remind you, listen and obey my commands at all time. Protect yourself at all time. Fight hard, but fight clean. Good luck to both of you. You ready?
The bell and round one.
One of the things about Eric Molina is he fights from the outside, has worked hard on that jab.
The champ in crimson with black, of course, from Tuscaloosa, home of the Crimson Tide. This version of gold back with him, back to the Lone Star State.
The thing about Molina is not only is he fighting on the outside, but he's also not getting busy. So you're going to allow Deontay to start setting the pace with his jab and maybe set his distance with the right hand. So Molina, if he's going to be on the outside, he might want to start getting busy.
To defend the championship for the first time in his native Alabama, and Alabamians have responded by selling out the Bartow Arena.
You don't want to languish on the ropes against Wilder either.
And he's looking to connect on Molina, who also possesses a decent right hand. He knocked down Chris Arreola in round one before he was stopped by Arreola in his last loss. He's reeled off.
And Deontay's jab is going to not make it easy for him to find that distance.
Wilder, there was talk he wanted to face Tyson Fury. Now there's talk that the recognized heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko will face Fury later in the year. Of course, Povetkin, the mandatory challenger, waiting in the wings.
Deontay's going to keep walking him down and keep him at the distance with that jab.
Now they believe, Molina's camp, that when he throws the right, Wilder may lunge in, and I think they're looking for Molina to counter him right now.
Wilder, like his trainer, former two-time welterweight champion and Olympian Mark Breland, likes to work off that.
That's the first right hand that mattered, and it looks like it made a difference to Molina.
And again, so if Molina's going to wait, he might be waiting for a while.
An incredible atmosphere, the buzz palpable. So a getting to know you round one here in Birmingham. And Molina comes back at the end of the round.
You see, he can't find his distance.
That was J.D.'s, one of the co-trainers, putting his head in and saying, be careful of that uppercut, because Molina threw it right at the end of the round, and he has a very good uppercut.
Threw an uppercut, but it was the right uppercut at the end of the round that Molina teased, but now that battering ram jab by Wilder in effect.
That is not bode well for him so far.
And again, you see Molina just waiting because he's looking for Deontay to lunge in or get reckless with his offense. But Deontay has no problem staying on the end of the jab until he finds a proper distance. And you see right there, Molina trying to negotiate distance. He's going to have to do better than that because he's going to have to earn his distance for his right hand. Deontay will not just let him find the range for that right hand. It's not going to be that easy.
Now there's Molina trying to counter with the right, and I think that's part of their plan.
But weight was going backwards out. You see, if you're going to counter with the right, you're going to have to transfer your weight back to go over the top of the jab and bring it forward.
At 7 feet tall, Nikolai Valuev was the tallest heavyweight champion in history. Just past the midway point of round two. There's a right uppercut by Molina, but immediately backs back to the ropes.
He can lean in and he can get him. Molina.
Oh, clubbing right hand by Molina, but gets tagged with a counter jab.
Molina, a very interesting man as well, a special education teacher, graduate of the University of Texas. He thinks he's got a story to tell.
But getting educated by the Wilder jab thus far in this fight. There's a 1-2 combination. Final minute of the second by Wilder. Looking to land that wrecking ball right.
And he's ducking underneath every time Wilder gets too close. So Deontay's going to have to do a better job of disguising it if he wants to get it off.
Right hand to the body by Molina as he closed the distance. There's a right hand and a right to the body. The best punch is thrown by Molina, but again, stopped by that stiff jab. Wild right hand by the challenger.
Eric Molina's trying now.
One thing I noticed about Deontay in those replays out, he's going all of his right hands to the head. He's head hunting too much. Throw some right hands to the stomach, to the chest, just to get Molina's.
Won the championship on January 17th, his favorite fighter Muhammad Ali's 73rd birthday. Of course,
And here, right here, you want Deontay throw a right hand to the chest, maybe. What it'll do is, it won't hurt too much. It won't hurt Molina too much. What it'll do is maybe it'll set up Molina for the follow-up 1-2, which could come to the head out.
Yeah, it's a very good point. You know, Molina is oh my, that right hand, I think, made an impression to Deontay Wilder.
Molina finding some momentum, and he catches Wilder with a left hook. Molina on the attack, been showing composure and patience before slinging that catapult right that misses, but he had Wilder in trouble momentarily.
He's still in trouble. He should be throwing a combination. I don't know why he's looking for one big shot.
He wants that uppercut badly, does Molina, and he almost landed one a moment or two ago, but yes, not pressing the action here.
I don't know if he knew Deontay was as hurt as he was.
Wilder ate the shot.
And that he's getting left hooks in. It's not just a Molina right hand, so if he can mix a left hook in like this, he's going to be trouble for Deontay Wilder.
Final 60 seconds of the third round. A great round for the challenger, who hurt.
Stavern landed some left hooks against him, but did not hurt Wilder at all.
Molina told us he's hurt every opponent that he has faced.
Deontay can't be going straight back like that when Wilder attacks, or when Molina attacks. There, sidestep after counter. That's what he should be doing. If he goes straight back, he allows Molina to pick up momentum and follow him with punches.
Counter left hook by Wilder. As Molina, the prohibitive underdog, caught the champion with a left hook here in round 3.
The key to that, as Paulie pointed out, was there were a couple punches in a row. He didn't just throw one punch. They didn't expect to land from Molina, Paulie.
Yeah, and it was a really good shot, too.
Yes.
This is the one that hurt him, actually. And I sense there's a little bit of losing patience with Deontay. You know, he's staying in the pocket a little too long, and that's why he got caught there out. You know, he wants to find that right hand behind the jab, but again, headhunting too much at times instead of varying his attack.
Only one opponent has made it out of round 4. That was Stavern, who went the distance with Wilder in Wilder's title-winning performance in January. But
you know, when Molina does use his jab, there's the Wilder. Also not a punch that's a signature punch, but he showed it more against Stavern. Has been landed, and you can argue the case that Molina has landed the more meaningful of the power punches, but clearly Wilder has landed more jabs and has more punches landed overall in the fight.
they know Wilder can punch, but they are underestimating the power that he possesses, and Wilder did taste it in round 3, and now he administers some of his own power on Molina.
Kind of playing a change-up game with Deontay Wilder. Sometimes attacking, sometimes letting Wilder attack. And I'm not saying he's winning these rounds, but he's keeping himself in the fight.
You know what it is, Al? He doesn't have to impress anybody. He almost landed that big right hand. So he can kind of go into his walls and try to bait Deontay to make mistakes and then suddenly attack.
Careful what you wish for, right? 30 seconds left in the 4th. And the crowd with a thunderous chant of Deontay as he has Molina cornered. Molina doing a good job of avoiding these shots. In the final seconds of round 4.
Come to me. Give me the glove.
So Molina becomes just the second opponent.
We will see the left hook right at the end of the round that lands from Deontay Wilder. And what a big break.
He was looking right hand the whole way. He never saw the left hook coming. He was looking right hand the whole way.
With the right, landed the crushing left hook, and as we begin round 5, the crowd on its feet, anticipating, and now is being hunted by the champion. How can you tell these great fans of Birmingham have waited a long time to see world-class boxing? They've been on fuego all night long.
Yeah, very engaged crowd, and of course this is what they've been waiting for. Wilder using the hooks very effectively.
Doing a good job of avoiding those punches.
Yeah, and we saw that against Stavern, but hands down could be a problem.
piston-like right hand finds its target.
And what happens when you start to land other shots? The right hand becomes effective again because now Molina has to look for those other punches. He can't just anticipate a right hand anymore.
Molina is still trying. You know, he's throwing those overhand rights, cranking up some hooks and uppercuts, and that's what he needs to do. And that one, that right hand got in.
Yeah, the drummer boy looking to drum up some support of his own as he trying to main, but there's a right hand. He turns his back. Down goes Molina.
Don't turn you back.
Final minute of the fifth. Molina down twice in the fight. Fifth time in his career. This crowd ready to erupt like a volcano as they anticipate the end. Clubbing right hand. Molina goes down for the third time.
He's got a hold. He's got to smother a hold.
Stop. High breath.
An amazing atmosphere in Alabama.
Time.
So I give Molina credit for getting out of the round, guys. Knocked him down. He was still hurt from the first one.
Round 6.
Normally, in these middle rounds, they are rounds when Molina has done better in his fights. Oftentimes, it's not the best starter, and it has been tired sometimes when he's gone later in fights. The middle rounds have been better, but in these middle rounds, Wilder doing extremely well.
Because that is a sign of capitulation.
And good for Jack. That's good instructions. Good for Jack Reese for not panicking in this fight.
Yeah. You know, they got a big name, but sometimes they get panicky. Jack does a good job. Deontay was straight back there again.
And Molina has recovered and is now taking the fight to Deontay Wilder.
He got hit with that hook. He went straight back. It's gonna cost him if he's not careful.
Now Molina attacking the body like it's filled with candy here in Alabama with 1:45 left in the 6th.
See, and there's the uppercut. Molina trying to land that punch. If he gets that in, it's meaningful. He can throw that punch.
Left hook lands again. Oh, stiff jab.
And that hook keeps surprising Molina. You know, you trained all these weeks for what do you train for? Deontay's right hand. Now he's showing you a hook. It's surprising you.
There's another left hook by Wilder. Molina's been down a total of 3 times in the fight.
Earlier we showed you the power punches and it was closer. Now you see Wilder moving out to a bigger margin, and most importantly, he has created knockdowns with those power punches. Now, the longer Molina stays in this fight, the longer he has some opportunity to pull out lightning in a bottle, and he's hanging in there.
Puncher's chance right out.
Yeah, I mean,
especially in the heavyweight division.
Yeah,
you got to be in it to win it.
Not suggesting he's going to, but you never know.
Well, this fight's exciting. Both guys show they can hurt each other.
15 seconds left in the 6th. Wilder on the attack. Stiff jab. Smothered by Wilder, and yet Molina lives to see another round.
You see he's looking right hand again there. You see how he kind of rolls back with the right hand.
We begin the second half of this heavyweight championship fight. The first of its kind in Wilder's home state of Alabama. Wanting to subject Molina to hard times, if you will, and I must say rest in peace to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Molina believes in the American Dream, but right now he just landed. Wilder did a nightmare of a left hook.
He's in trouble early in the round. A lot of time left in this round.
Wilder looking to maul Molina.
Here's a spot, though, where Wilder needs to be careful he doesn't get countered.
And he's throwing caution to the wind, and
because the other guy might just get wild with you.
True.
Work out, yeah, work out.
And Molina remains game, showcasing his corazon here to make it to round 7. He's been dropped 3 times.
And you know, the body work Molina's done has been pretty good in this fight in spots.
And Molina.
This one of the closer rounds in the fight. clearly Molina behind so much because of those knockdowns that just winning rounds may not do much for him, but he's hanging in the fight.
I don't even think he came for a decision anyway.
No, definitely not.
Despite being hemmed in the corner, Molina trying to fight his way out. Being scaled 228 for the Areola fight, was 241.5 for his most recent bout on the undercard of Wilder Stavern, and tipped the scales at 239.25 for this fight.
Now, early in the round, good work by Deontay Wilder. It looked like he hurt Molina again. The chance, as the round went on, Molina did very well. Here's an example of body shots and trying the uppercut. That didn't get there, but the body work by Molina.
Round number 8.
Won it handily. He is winning this fight, certainly by a large margin, and we're in the later rounds. So he is showing certain stamina, but Molina is hanging in there and still doing some things offensively.
Courtesy of right hands against Ashanti Jordan and Chris Areola. But tonight hanging tough here in round 8, despite being down 3 times. And now some gamesmanship.
A good attempted left hook by Deontay. You see when he throws his jab, he kind of gets Molina to start parrying it with the right hand. Instead of he's parrying air and not protecting that right side of his face.
Oh, Molina almost walked into that right uppercut from Hades.
You see right there.
Yep.
Now you just throw a few jabs like that, and then you
clubbing right hand by Molina.
Throw a few jabs that way, and then suddenly surprise him with a left hook.
You know, Wilder has slowed his pace a bit. I'm not suggesting that he's tired, but I'm saying he's slowed the pace a little bit, and Molina's able to get some shots in, but the jab of Wilder remains effective.
Yeah, but now it's on the back foot, Alan, so Molina on the front foot can be more dangerous.
And Molina not really taking advantage of this moment, throwing only 13.
Wilder had run off 32 consecutive KOs before, who came to at least put up whatever semblance of a fight he has in his arsenal. He's been down 3 times, and yet you can't question his guts and heart.
No, that's for sure.
He's still trying. He's not in here just to survive. He's still trying.
And he's winging punches. Now I'll tell you, he has done very good body work.
And there's another shot to the body by Molina. Another right hand, right uppercut by Molina. And those shots are getting through. Left hook behind the guard. One thing to rope a dope, but it's another to end up being the dope as we go to round number 9.
That was a close round. Molina. And then the overhand right clubs the ear of Wilder, and he tries to point out it's behind the head. But here's the body work of Molina. When Wilder gets in that shell and gives him places to punch, he will land those body punches. And the uppercut, which he's been trying to land all night, that one gets in. Yeah, and that last right hand really made a difference.
We begin round 9. Deontay Wilder's maiden voyage as heavyweight champion has been forced to navigate some turbulent waters, despite the fact that he's dropped Molina 3 times. He has yet to close the show.
And to follow up on your point, as Groucho Marx once said in a movie, this isn't how I imagined an ocean voyage. That's what
left hook. But he gave the last round to Molina.
There is no question Deontay Wilder's winning this fight. None at all. But Eric Molina's hanging in there, and Deontay Wilder is giving people a chance to say, well, you're not really handling this guy like
well, there's a great shot, and he goes down faster than a plate of Alabama barbecue. And that is it. Wilder seals the deal.
Hey, Eric, you're done. You're done.
And as you expect in a heavyweight fight, 1 punch is all it takes.
You know, it's fascinating. Right when I said he's giving people a chance to question, what did he do? He blasted them out. And Vander Holyfield impressed.
Molina's still trying to say he's fine. He's bouncing up and down in front of Jack Grease, showing him he's fine, but the fight's been called off already.
Molina went down for the 4th time. And that was it. Deontay Wilder in front of a partisan crowd, a raucous crowd here in Birmingham, feting the heavyweight champion. A valiant effort for Eric Molina.
And still, the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze